Hold that pose.
What's up, Mama?
My boys!
Mom!
Oh, I'm so happy to see y'all. Good luck. Good luck. I don't want to not get it done.
We're running away. We're not gonna do it.
So they said they're way to the left.
I didn't know. There were so many posters. Like, I gotta wait to see what we. That's fine, wherever you want to go. I think that all okay. The ones I will be better than the ones I take anyway. Okay, though. I just didn't know. You know, everybody.
Do you want to stand up here where everybody who's sunburned?
I'm gonna go right. Yes, I just I'm moving in with you. Okay. I'm gonna go put my stuff down in the shade. We'll see you. Hi, how are you? In the other. Did you fly in or did you come with family? Oh, okay.
Estoy acá en el final. Estoy acá en el...
So you're going with your family? Okay. And then you have to fly out.
We're here.
This isn't even either, but it's better.
And I said, let's just grab one. And I told her, no, to that. Yeah. And my mom.
Hi, I'm Jason Rodacher, the Dean for First Year Experience. Welcome class of 2019. Hope your move-in's going well and hope you're looking forward to a fun and energetic orientation week. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Nora Devlin and I'm from Northern California.
Hi, I'm Simon Islam and I'm from Bangladesh. For college, I was looking at a combination of academics, a place where I can grow, opportunities, and financial help. WNL offered me every single one of those things, so it was the fit for me.
My name is Virginia McGee, and I'm from Charleston, West Virginia.
My name is Pepito Estrada. I'm from Bentonville, Arkansas.
Hiya, I'm Tampreet from London, England. I came to Washington and Lee because I really like the liberal arts education, which they don't have in England, and I'm most looking forward to joining Greek life here in WNL.
My name is Trevor Dacus and I'm from Lexington, South Carolina.
I'm Walker Brown from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Hi, I'm Alora. I'm from Hope Sound, Florida.
I'm Kent Isayama. I'm from Japan.
My name is Maxwell Hanamarian and I'm from Fort Washington, Pennsylvania.
Hi, my name is Iman Masato. I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey.
My name is Elizabeth Mugo and I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. I chose to come to WNL because of the great community service opportunities and the small school feel.
Hi, I'm Abigail Somerville and I'm from Arlington, Virginia.
Hi, I'm Josie Anchor. I live in Sparta, New Jersey.
I'm Ben DeSombrino. I'm from Yardley, Pennsylvania.
I'm Emily Bear and I'm from Van Wert, Ohio. Mock convention. I've heard great things about it, so I'm very excited to see it. And it's going to be my only one here, so I'm trying to make the most of it.
My name's Henry Heary and I'm from St. Simons Island, Georgia.
I'm Andrew Lewis and I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hi, my name is Jenna Trotterman. I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
All right, my name's Lucas. I'm from Virginia Beach. I was really excited about getting to go to a small school where you have all the opportunities that you can get from a big school, but with less people, so you can get to know everyone.
My name is Tara Cooper and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm Austin Jennings from Prince George, Virginia.
I'm Elise George and I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I chose WNL because the people here are very dedicated and driven, but they still have balance.
I'm Rebecca Bakari. I'm from Nigeria and South Africa.
Hey, I'm Julian Hennig and I'm from Columbia, South Carolina.
I'm Susie Fields. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
My name is Sam Boxley and I'm from Roanoke, Virginia.
My name's Joe. I'm from China.
My name is Michaela Lorick. I'm from Clinton, Maryland. I'm most looking forward to getting to know people, having classes with the professors because they seem really genuine, and just enjoying my time here, doing all the things I didn't do in high school.
Hi, my name's Turner Banwell. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hi, my name is Albert Del Cristo and I'm from Clarksburg, New Jersey. And I chose WNL because of the great atmosphere and the amazing academics.
I'm Ariana Jepson. I'm from Ricetown, Wisconsin.
I'm Guilherme Baldrisca. I'm from Brazil.
I'm Graham Novak and I'm from Naperville, Illinois.
Jason Renner. I'm from Coopersburg, Pennsylvania, right outside of Allentown. I think just meeting new people, making new friends, learning obviously, and then just trying to fit in everything that I can, just try and make the most out of my college experience.
Hi, my name is Ethiopia, and I'm also from Ethiopia.
Hi, I'm Brittany. I'm from Miami, Florida.
My name is Thad Jameson, and I'm from Charleston, West Virginia.
My name is Andy Dean. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
My name is Hannah Dewing, and I'm from Suffolk, Virginia. Well, my dad and both my uncles went to WNL, so I kind of grew up here. And I ended up not thinking I was going to apply, but then I ended up comparing every single college to WNL, and I realized that I just had to end up here.
My name is Z Tobin. I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
I'm Laura, and I'm from Guangzhou, China.
Reynolds Griffith. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Sutton Travis, and I'm from Carthage, Texas. I just love the campus. I love the small community. I just came and visited, and I was like, this felt like home.
I'm Thomas Freeland, and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
I'm Stephen McCaffrey. I'm from Santa Barbara, California.
My name is Claire McCutcheon. I'm from Frederick, Maryland. I am looking forward to exploring academic options and getting to know professors that are really passionate about their subject.
My name is Gabe Witherell, and I'm from Galesburg, Illinois. I chose WNL because I'd heard a lot of great things about the school, and I'd visited the campus before, and I loved it. And I've also heard that they have a really good neuroscience program, which is what I want to major in.
My name is Juwan Byun, and I'm from Tempe, Arizona.
My name is Anna DeKosh, and I'm from Connecticut.
I am Mohini Tangri. I am from Fort Collins, Colorado. I'm really looking forward to figuring out more about who I am as a person and what kind of impact I want to make on the world, because I know I want to do something big. Washington and Lee will help me get there.
I'll do it. I don't care. We should have takeaway. This is the last one. I know, that's why I bailed and came out.
There's some in every building.
Supposedly they're upstairs.
Yeah, there's only one step.
Oh, I know, we're gonna walk over there. We're just looking in the shade until they get to that point. Thank you.
All right. Okay.
Do you want us to move down?
You don't have to. Just take one of the two. They are about to go. That guy's going to be shooting us. And then
Down here where we can reach the kids.
Hey lady, how are you? I hope you're not too mad at us. I heard that you were upset about Cindy going through the pictures and everything before they came inside. Oh, you sure? Yeah, no. Oh, okay. All right. No, I was going to say, we're going to work to get it better each time. You would tell me. I know, that's what I was thinking. You would tell me. And he's right. It's like basically, it's always an issue. Okay. Well, I know.
You get that woman straight?
Yeah.
Good morning. Please be seated. Honored graduates of the class of 2019, parents, family, friends, members of the Board of Trustees, members of the faculty and staff, welcome to Washington and Lee's commencement ceremony. We're here today to celebrate our graduating seniors, but our graduating seniors are here thanks to many other people. Would the parents of today's graduates please stand? Would the grandparents please join them? Grandparents, siblings, aunts and uncles, cousins, friends. I'd like the graduates to contemplate the ocean of love and support that surrounds you and thank the people who've given so much of themselves for the sake of your happiness and success. Commencement is many things. This morning marks the opening of a new chapter in the lives of each member of the class of 2019. You're about to be college graduates. The commencement is a recognition of that notable achievement. And the diploma you receive formally certifies you've met the rigorous requirements established by our faculty to earn a degree from Washington and Lee. Commencement is a celebration. It's a sad goodbye. It's an exciting launch to new places and possibilities. It's an opportunity to reflect upon what you've done here and what you hope to do. Commencement is above all a glorious and steamy day, and I invite us all to pause for a moment and just bask in appreciation of the place we are privileged to be and the occasion that brings us here. To the parents, my oldest child recently started college, and I hope in a few short years to be where you are today. I won't be at W&L because as wonderful as it is, my children refuse to go to college where their dad is the president. But I hope the places they have chosen are as nurturing for them as Washington and Lee has been for your children. And I hope that as my children grow from 18 to 22, they learn and develop and mature as beautifully as your children have done here. I can imagine the depth of your pride as you see your sons and daughters and you anticipate their crossing of the stage. Thank you for entrusting us with the most cherished part of your lives and allowing us to get to know these wonderful young people who are a constant source of inspiration to all of us at W&L. To the graduates, I arrived halfway through your sophomore year, and I am grateful for our time together. You've made a powerful and positive impression. I've watched you win ODAC championships, earn Scholar Athlete awards. I've seen you perform plays and heard you sing. I've lost count of the academic scholarships and honors that you have won. You shared your love of this place with me and made me feel at home. I hope you will remain connected to Washington and Lee and will return to campus frequently. I will always look forward to seeing you and to hearing how things are going for the members of the great class of 2019. It's now time to thank some people who deserve special recognition. Those of you graduating today owe much of your education to our dedicated faculty and staff. Members of the faculty and staff have guided you, gently admonished you, supported you, and sometimes been astonished at what you have achieved. Would the faculty and staff please stand? I also want to offer a special thanks to everyone who works in facilities, dining services, and public safety. Their overtime effort to make this an unforgettable weekend is the last and most meaningful of the many gifts they've provided during your time at W&L. Let's give them a round of applause. All of the members of the faculty and staff contribute significantly to the education of our students, but I'd like to give special thanks to those who will retire at the end of this academic year. Each of these individuals has served the university and all of our students with distinction. I will ask each retiree to rise when I call his or her name, and we'll ask them all to remain standing until the group is recognized. This year's list is especially long and distinguished, so please hold your applause until all of the names have been announced in alphabetical order. Stephanie Arbanas, Dwight Bitts, Beverly Bowering, Kip Brooks, Sheila Campbell, Latha Dawson, Roger Dean, Ted Delaney, Gary Franke, Francoise Freniac-Clave, Jeff Hanna, Randolph Hare, Pat Harris, Darlene Irvine, Keith Irvine, Lyman Johnson, Sharon Kirk, Richard Marks, Tony Murray, Sandy Nicely, Tracy Riley, Mike Roberts, Sharon Sarno, Loretta Simpson, Mike Smitka, Jeff Stickley, Wanda Swartz, Mike Tolley, Steve Tomlinson, Buck Wilkerson, and Tommy Williams. Together, these individuals have served the university for 870 years. Let's give them a round of applause. I now call your attention to the printed program, where you will find recorded a list of students who've won special honors and awards. These honors and awards represent the stories of dozens of individuals who've excelled in many ways. This is also the time when we recognize the senior who has achieved the highest academic standing and is designated by the faculty as the class Victorian. This year we have two seniors to recognize. Our co-valedictorians are Kalady Osuski and Lauren Pupa. Kalady, will you please rise? Kalady has earned a BS with honors in art history and a double major in mathematics. She has a minor in Middle East, South Asia studies. Kalady is a Johnson Scholar from Heartland, Wisconsin. A member of Phi Beta Kappa, the Academic Honor Society, Kalady received that organization's J. Brown Gehring Award for the sophomore with the highest GPA. She was also inducted into the Pi Mu Epsilon Mathematics Honor Society as a sophomore. She won the Robinson Award in English Literature, History, and Social Sciences, and the Gerald M. Doyon Award for Art Historical Writing. Kalady was secretary of W&L's nationally ranked mock trial team and an admissions tour guide. She was a member of 3 research laboratories: Professor Fred LaRiviere's biochemistry group, W&L's archaeology collections, and the Philadelphia Museum of Art's costume and textile conservation lab. Devoted to cross-cultural engagement, she earned W&L's Certificate of International Immersion by traveling to 12 different countries on 5 continents. She spent extensive time conducting research in India and will return to that country after graduation on a Fulbright Nehru research grant. She intends to study small-scale cultural heritage looting operations in the Golden Triangle area. After completing the Fulbright program, Kalady will pursue a master's degree in South Asia Studies at the University of Pennsylvania. Congratulations. Lauren, will you please rise? Lauren has earned a BA with a major in chemistry. She's from Forest Hill, Maryland. A member of Phi Beta Kappa, Lauren has also been inducted in Phi Eta Sigma, the National Student Honor Society for first-year students, Beta Beta Beta, the National Honor Society in Biology, and Alpha Epsilon Delta, the National Pre-Medical Honor Society. As a sophomore, she was awarded both the James Holt Starling Scholarship for Health Professions and the James Keith Shillington Scholarship in Organic Chemistry. As a senior, she won both the James Jenkins Livesay Health Professions Award from W&L and the Physical Chemistry Undergrad Award from the American Chemical Society. She won the Robinson Award in Mathematics and Science and the Mapleson Award. Lauren has been a research scholar with Professor Fred Riviere's research group since her first year. During the summer of 2018, she participated in summer research training program at Mass General Hospital, where she determined novel biomarkers of ventilator-induced lung injury. Lauren has been a tutoring volunteer in the English for Speakers of Other Languages program, participated in WNL's Pre-Health Club, and worked for 4 years in the Office of Student Affairs. Next year, Lauren will begin her studies for an MD degree at the Baylor College of Medicine. Congratulations, Lauren. We're privileged now to hear remarks on behalf of the graduating seniors from one of their classmates, Elizabeth Mugo, who served this year as president of the student body. Elizabeth calls both Roiro, Kenya, and Irmo, South Carolina, home. She's a sociology and anthropology major with a minor in poverty and human capability studies. She served as the executive committee's vice president in 2017-18, and in April of this year completed her term as EC president. She's the first black woman to hold that office. Elizabeth was one of the 3 student members of the Commission on Institutional History and Community. She's a member of the Omicron Delta Kappa National Leadership Fraternity and an Owings Fellow. She served as a member of the University Committee for Inclusiveness and Campus Climate and as both co-president and co-vice president of the Student Association for Black Unity. Active in community engagement, Elizabeth led 3 volunteer venture trips and served as a senior intern in the Bonner program, partnering with such community organizations as College Access and CARE, the Rockbridge Area Community Anti-Racism Effort. For the immediate future, Elizabeth will depart in September for the Nyaragusu refugee camp in Tanzania, where she will be a Fulbright scholar conducting anthropology research on displaced individuals' perceptions of life after resettlement. Afterwards, she hopes to begin a career in public policy focused on refugee resettlement reform. Please join me in welcoming Elizabeth Mugo.
Good morning, Washington and Lee faculty, staff, family, friends, and members of the class of 2019. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge all the people who made this event possible, facilities, dining, student volunteers, and a big thanks just for making this moment a reality. Now, my fellow graduates, we've all thought about this day since September 6th, 2018, when our senior year officially began. And I'm sure many of us can relate, this day both feels like a long time coming and like we just started college yesterday. It feels like yesterday we were moving boxes of our stuff into Gaines and Graham Lee's, and simultaneously like we've been here for too long, just trying to make it to Thursday, May 23rd, 2019. And now we're here. As I thought about giving this speech earlier this year, I was gleeful, hoping that I would impart wisdom and advice that would rival Steve Jobs and Michelle Obama. It's been my dream since middle school to be a commencement speaker. However, as the days grew near, I came to the tragic realization that I have no wise or timeless words to impart today, at least nothing that could rival Michelle. But I figured that I would share an honest reflection of what these past 4 years have meant to me and what I hope that it means to all of us. In all honesty, over the past year, I didn't think that I would make it here today. About 2 months ago, I sat in the registrar's office as they explained to me that if I took a medical drop, I wouldn't have enough credits to graduate. And after an already hard week and a long night in the library before, I tried to remain calm, hold back the tears, as I explained to my parents that I may not be graduating today. If you saw me that day, you'd probably notice bags under my eyes and the cup of coffee that I was holding onto for dear life. I'm sure many of us can relate and have been there ourselves. So how did I go from that horrible day in March to speaking today before you all? As I moped around that day, ready for the next set of bad news, my friends and advisors responded with affirming text messages and phone calls assuring me that I would walk this stage today. Those same people helped me track down syllabi and transcripts from summer courses that allow me to stand here now. And when I think about what's made my WNL experience great, I am certain every single time that it is the people. For me, it's not the rich historical campus or the beautiful Shenandoah Mountains or the charming small town. It simply is the people. It's the professors who assure us of our potential in moments when we worry that we failed, the kind university staff who greet us with a warm smile and hello every day, the advisors and role models who serve as an example of who we hope to become, the classmates who reach out when they don't see us in class, and the friends who stay up all night talking about everything, from the new Netflix show you just binged when you should have been studying for finals, to deep existential crises of what you're going to do with your lives. It simply is the people. The people who celebrate you in the good times and pick you up and put you back together in the bad times. Our experiences at WNL may differ, but our love for many of the people here is what we have in common. We can find history, mountains, and charm elsewhere, but I am certain you won't find the same people. I could go on and on about the gracious community that I found here, but this speech would be dishonest and unfair to our time here to pretend that all of our memories of Washington and Lee are rosy. While I'm sure many of us share an incomparable love for this place and its people, many of us also know that the past 4 years haven't been sunshine and rainbows. We've felt great pain, sadness, heartbreak, and loss in our time here. There are nights when we wondered if the 4 years were worth it, if the cups of coffee or cans of Monster partnered with little sleep was worth the stress, the large sum of money, and the pieces of paper we're about to receive. There are days when we questioned if all the energy and passion we put into this institution would ever really change it from the Southern, white, conservative, wealthy image it has so long held, to a place where people can feel truly welcomed, supported, and included. These past 4 years have been some of the best, I'm sure, but they've also been some of the hardest. I found myself often wondering if I, a first-generation migrant, first-generation American college student, and a woman of color was meant to be here. I've questioned the pace of the steps towards change that our university has made and what it really means to manage the plurality of our history with the inclusion of our whole community. And all the while, we've faced personal tragedies, failure, and concerns for our own safety and futures in an ever-changing political climate. Now, I don't want to dampen the celebratory mood of this day. Rather, I hope it assures all of you of your strength and resilience. That is only part of what has brought you here on this hot and sunny day. Washington and Lee is not perfect. It never was, and it likely never will be. And to pretend otherwise would be a disservice to the complexity of this institution and the past 4 years of our lives. As you celebrate and think back on these days, I hope that you'll embrace the successes and the struggles that have made us the people that we are in this very moment. And in a few minutes, we'll walk across the stage and go from students to graduated alumni, and in the coming days, many of us will pack our things and depart Lexington. And this time next week, we'll likely be somewhere else, maybe in our beds at home, just waking up, or preparing to start internships, jobs, and graduate school. I do not think I need to tell you that what awaits us in the future is not easy, comfortable, or fair. We will find ourselves again wondering if the work we do is worth the discomfort, sleepless nights, or little pay, and question if what we're doing is actually making a difference at all. But in those moments, I hope that you'll think back to the challenges you faced these 4 years as a show of your strength and courage. So, that is my charge to you, the class of 2019, that you'll take in the miracle that is today and thank all the people who helped you get here, family, friends, professors, peers, for challenging and supporting you, academically, physically, emotionally, and financially. But I also hope that in the coming months, as we spread across the country and the globe, that you'll remember all you learned here at Washington and Lee, and consider the impact that you've made here. I'd like to think that this place is a little bit better because we went here, and that the people that we were as first-year students would be proud of the people that we've become today. It's been an interesting, hard, surprising, and painful 4 years, to say the least, and the people who leave this university today have grown from the people who entered it on September of 2015. So my friends, peers, and fellow graduates, it's an honor to share these memories and this community with you over the past 4 years, and I look forward to changing the world with you. Thank you, congratulations, and I love you 3,000.
Thank you, Elizabeth. It's a privilege for me to address the class of 2019 on the occasion of your commencement. This is the 3rd year in a row I've been asked to speak. Of course, the president always delivers the graduation remarks at Washington and Lee, but despite not having been chosen, it is a great honor to speak to you on this day, which marks your passage from students to graduates of W&L. I remember when I sat, as you do now, exactly 30 years ago, surrounded by my classmates, wearing identical caps and gowns, waiting to receive our diplomas. It's a surreal experience. It's the moment you've all been waiting for, toward which you've been working diligently since you entered college, but it's also a transition so momentous and abrupt, it's difficult to believe it's actually taking place. It's like an out-of-body experience. It feels like it must be happening to someone else. Your minds are swirling with emotion as you anticipate saying goodbye to your closest friends, at the same time sharing joyful reunions with your families, and then facing the hard, inescapable road down the highway while your beloved campus recedes in the rearview mirror. It's also a safe bet you didn't sleep much last night. All of which makes it difficult for you to listen to me. On my graduation day, a very distinguished speaker delivered wise remarks from which I had much to learn. I can't recall a word he said, but I'm going to keep talking anyway. You can let me know at your 10th reunion whether anything I say sticks with you. Let's begin by asking ourselves, why are we here? I'm a philosopher. This is the kind of question we ask. Bear with me. The short answer is you want your diploma, and we'll get to that, but that's not what I mean. I want you to reflect upon why you came to W&L, and I want to reflect upon what Washington and Lee University is here to do. Hopefully those two things bear some relationship to each other. This is our mission. Washington and Lee University provides a liberal arts education that develops students' capacity to think freely, critically, and humanely, and to conduct themselves with honor, integrity, and civility. Graduates will be prepared for lifelong learning, personal achievement, responsible leadership, service to others, and engaged citizenship in a global and diverse society. There's a lot packed into those two sentences, so much that I teach an entire course on the W&L mission statement. A few of you took it last fall. I won't subject the rest of you to the whole thing this morning, but I want to hit a few highlights. For starters, note that this institution exists for your benefit. The entire university is an incubator devoted to helping students cultivate their potential. You arrived 4 years ago, eager and anxious teenagers, and we placed you in an environment carefully constructed to be conducive to your intellectual and personal growth. W&L is small, rural, residential, and resource intensive. You're surrounded by extraordinary peers, professors, coaches, and staff. The variety and intensity of curricular and extracurricular activity is astonishing. The incubator never sleeps. I know firsthand because my house is surrounded by Graham Lee's, Gaines, and Red Square. I hope you appreciate what a rare and remarkable privilege it is to have lived in a community so intentionally and wholeheartedly devoted to your flourishing. Our mission statement has a beautifully simple logic. The first sentence stresses the investment that W&L makes in you. We provide a liberal arts education that develops your intellect and character. The second sentence stresses what is now expected of you. You've been prepared to learn, to lead, and to serve. You may not have studied leadership or citizenship, but if we've done our jobs and you've done yours, you're ready to make significant contributions wherever you go, for the benefit of yourselves and your families, but also for the benefit of those less fortunate and the communities in which you live. By investing in you, W&L has made a long-term investment in the public good. College is sneaky. You thought you were having fun. Making your first friends on pre-O trips, practicing and competing with your teammates, singing, dancing, acting, getting it right at MockCon, lounging in the sun on front campus, hiking, climbing, fishing, breaking it down at Fancy Dress, traveling far and wide. You were having fun, but at the same time, when you weren't looking, you were becoming adults, increasingly capable of making meaningful differences. That's the important business of education. And it's compatible with fun. Indeed, the effort it takes to accomplish important things is better sustained if you find joy in what you're doing. You've experienced this at W&L, rising to the challenge of difficult classes, difficult workouts, difficult performances of all kinds is easier when you take pleasure in your purpose and when you surround yourself with others who work, smile, and laugh right alongside you. It's a lesson that will help you surmount challenges throughout your lives. I'd like to ask the members of the class of 19 to sit up on the edge of your chairs. Actually, since I'm still in possession of your diplomas, President says, sit up on the edge of your chairs. Balance there for a moment. You are perched precariously, right here, right now, on the precipice between the two sentences of our mission statement. The colonnade, the campus, and your time as students lie behind you. Stand up, turn around, and take one last look at them together as a class. Now turn forward to face Lexington, the highway that will carry you to the future, and the lives you will lead as graduates at W&L. Today, we are ejecting you from the incubator. We still love you. We will always welcome you home. But your college education is complete. And from this day forward, you are responsible for both the development of your own capacities, the first sentence, and the deployment of your capacities in the service of meaningful goals, the second sentence. You are responsible for the entire mission. That's a lot of responsibility, so you better sit back down. Take comfort in the fact that a liberal arts education is a formidable foundation on which to shoulder your load. Your time at W&L has expanded your horizons, illuminating paths you previously could not see. It has sharpened your skills, allowing you to follow paths wherever they lead, and it has increased your flexibility, giving you the confidence to change paths along the way. Our mission statement does not tell you which path to choose. W&L is not in the business of determining what your business should be. Whether you become an accountant, artist, banker, doctor, engineer, journalist, lawyer, minister, politician, scientist, soldier, teacher, writer, butcher, baker, candlestick maker, or heaven forbid, a philosopher, it's up to you. Liberal arts education is not job training, but it's the best possible professional preparation, especially for a world in rapid flux. The hunger for lifelong learning is the most valuable thing you can possess in the 21st century. You'll be surprised how your lives unfold. You will accomplish things you cannot imagine, At your 10th reunion, you will swap tall tales of the good old days here in Lexington, and you will be astonished by the variety of things your classmates have become and done. No matter where you go and what you personally achieve, Washington and Lee is very much in the business of preparing each of you to lead and to serve. Each of you will have opportunities to exercise leadership in ways public and private, large and small. What is responsible leadership, and how does liberal arts education prepare you for it? Like some of you, I got my first taste of leadership as the captain of a sports team in college. I didn't find it easy. It was hard for me to understand teammates who didn't love the game as much as I did and who didn't want to get better as badly as I did. My instinct was to be tough on them. Their instinct was to resent me for it. It's not easy when your friends resent you. It took me a while to realize that different people want different things from being on a team. The better I came to understand what motivated each individual, the more effectively I was able to encourage each of them, and the more successful we became and the more fun we had. Like others of you, I also served as an RA, responsible for assisting 21st year students with the transition to college. I wasn't a natural at that either. My freshmen faced challenges that I failed to anticipate and for which I was ill-equipped. I learned that being a good leader involves recognizing your own limitations and not being too proud to get help when you're in over your head. The lessons have continued throughout my career. Like many of your favorite faculty members, I chaired committees that taught me the importance of involving people in making the decisions that affect them. When I made the transition from philosophy professor to provost, I went overnight from supervising exactly one person, myself, to having responsibility for several hundred people who were in charge of information technology, the art museum, the science center, and a host of critical operations about which I knew nothing. I learned that good leadership involves hiring expert staff and trusting them to do their jobs. When I arrived at WNL, I found myself fortunate to be leading a community 25,000 strong. Students, parents, faculty, staff, alumni, trustees, all of whom are passionate about WNL. They also have a fairly wide range of opinions about everything. It dawned on me pretty quickly that the goal of leadership cannot be to please everyone. The aim is to serve your organization and all of its constituents as conscientiously as you can. The particular contexts in which you will exercise leadership are different than mine, but we can extract some general truths that apply to us all. Leadership happens not when you seek out a fancy title, but when you accept an important role and do it to the best of your ability. Responsible leadership is responsive leadership, as Christy Coleman emphasized in her Founders Day address this February. It is oriented to the needs of the people you serve, but it's not merely responsive. Governance by survey is not leadership. If President John Wilson had operated that way here 35 years ago, there would be no women graduating this morning. Leadership demands the courage to make unpopular decisions. Leadership also demands the willingness to compromise, to balance the competing needs of your various constituencies. Leadership is not toughness that insists stubbornly on a single perspective to the exclusion of all others. The nature of a compromise is that everyone leaves disappointed. It may seem strange that as a leader your job is to disappoint people, but it's true. You will need a thick skin. And you will need to earn the trust of your community so that when individuals disagree with your chosen course of action, and they will, they continue to believe that you have their long-term interests at heart. People need to know that you understand who they are, that you care about their success, that you will work diligently on their behalf, and that you're competent to advance their cause. To establish and maintain that trust, you will need to listen carefully, communicate authentically, offer praise generously, and be receptive to constructive criticism. That's a lot to ask. Responsible leadership is demanding. Fortunately, liberal arts education has furnished you with the habits of mind that characterize good leaders. You've been trained to observe closely, interpret judiciously, and reason carefully. You've practiced inhabiting the perspectives of those different from yourself, evaluating complex problems from all angles, and presenting conclusions persuasively. You've developed the stamina to work in solitude and the disposition to collaborate with others. Liberal arts education cannot possibly prepare you in advance for everything you will encounter, but it makes you the kind of person who responds well to encounters for which you are not prepared. That ability, more than anything else, enhances your prospects for a lifetime of learning, achievement, leadership, service, and citizenship. WNL has a very ambitious mission, and I like it that way. But how well are we doing? It depends on you. How are you different as a result of the years that you've spent in our incubator? No test administered today, and don't panic, there's not another test, could answer the question. The five-star generals who return to campus each fall more than 50 years after their graduation embody the lifelong impact of Washington and Lee. That impact cannot be measured by comparing lifetime earnings to the cost of college. The true value of the investments that you, your parents, our alumni, our faculty and staff have made in your education lies in the quality of the lives you will lead. What you do with the opportunities you've been given is up to you. Each of you will determine your own personal mission. I hope you will find your calling and make it into your work. Find a meaningful purpose that calls fully on your considerable talents, and you will enjoy the deep satisfaction that comes from applying your whole self to worthwhile challenges. Do this in concert with others who share the pleasure you take in purposeful work. I consider myself very lucky to have found such work, purpose, and community here at WNL, and I wish the same for each and every one of you. Thank you. We now recognize an outstanding individual whose life we hold up to you as an example, whose records of achievement and personal character exemplify this institution's highest ideals. Today, we bestow an honorary doctorate on Theodore C. Delaney, Jr. Will the University Registrar please escort Ted to the front of the podium? I now recognize Mark Connor, Provost, and Joe and James Ballingy, Professor of English, who will read the honorary citation.
Theodore Carter Delaney, Jr., teacher, historian, mentor, exemplar. Your personal story will forever be etched in the long history of Washington and Lee University. Yours is a story of courage and character, of principle and perseverance, of commitment and civility, and we honor you as the embodiment of the spirit and soul of this institution. Born and raised in the segregated South, mere footsteps away from this very spot, you experienced Lexington in the Jim Crow era and endured the many indignities of that time. You attended Lexington's all-black public school, Lilburn Downing, from 2nd through 12th grade. After high school, you studied for a year in a Franciscan monastery, returning home after determining that was not to be your calling. You first joined the Washington and Lee community as a 19-year-old when you got a job on the campus as custodian. That was 3 years before the first African-American students were enrolled as students. Professors in the biology department quickly recognized your potential and hired you as their lab technician. For the next 2 decades, you were an integral member of the campus community, indispensable to faculty and staff, and admired by students. Encouraged by members of the faculty, you took advantage of the university's benefit that permitted staff to take a free class per term and began pursuing your bachelor's degree at a rate of 1 course per year. You eventually quit your job to become a full-time WNL student, and at the age of 40, graduated cum laude in 1985 with a major in history. You then taught at the Asheville School for several years before earning your PhD in American history from the College of William and Mary. After a short stint teaching history at the State University of New York at Geneseo, you returned to Lexington and your alma mater in 1995 as an assistant professor of history. During 24 years on the Washington and Lee faculty, your impact has been extraordinary. Your mentorship of students is legendary. You have devoted countless hours to counseling, advising, and encouraging students, whether they were members of one of your classes or not. You introduced new courses in the histories of the disadvantaged, disenfranchised, and oppressed, from your distinctive spring term courses that trace the root of the Freedom Riders to a course on gay and lesbian history. You co-founded the Africana Studies program, served as head of the history department, and held the Redenbaugh Term professorship. You have been instrumental in recent efforts to help the institution better understand its own history. Not only did you design and teach a course on the history of the university, but you also served on both the Commission on Institutional History and Community and the Working Group on the History of African Americans at Washington and Lee. Your research into John Chavis, the first African American known to receive a college education in the United States, was instrumental in bringing his remarkable story to the fore at Washington and Lee, his alma mater. Ted Delaney, colleague, friend, neighbor, role model, your colleagues have declared that you represent the very essence of all that we value in higher education, and this university has been far better for your presence in our midst these past 56 years. We are honored to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I pronounce you Doctor of Letters of Washington and Lee University. And now for the main event. Having declared you ready to make us proud as graduates of this fine university, let's make it happen. Provost Connor will present the candidates to receive their degrees. Their names will be read in alphabetical order.
Jeremy Absug.
Ask them all to stand.
Oh, I don't have, sorry. Will all of the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science please rise? President Dudley, I have the honor to present 421 candidates for baccalaureate degrees. They have been examined by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees. I ask you by your official act to confer upon them their degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Washington and Lee University, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you, respectively, the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science of Washington and Lee University. Congratulations. We will ask each of you to come forward to receive your diplomas. I ask the audience to hold your applause until all have been recognized.
Okay, really. Jeremy Absug. Zainab Obiza. Brian Aubries. Eleanor Connolly Aburn. Michael Andrew Adams, cum laude. Al-Mubarak Adeoluwa Adelayi. D. Lee Ashlaman. Thomas John Agostini, cum laude. Andrew Joseph Agrippina. Humad Ahmed, honors in computer science, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Udit Sharaha Ahmed, honors in history. Johan An, cum laude. Brittany Carolyn Aiello. Teresa Ayers de Sousa Rodriguez, cum laude. Spencer Douglas Alacio. Bradford Davis Oliger Jr. Aaron Ahn, honors in religion, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Nicholas Bradley Anders. Kyle James Anderson. Jocelyn Grace Anker, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Thomas Anderson Ashforth, Jr. Zachary James Uzadian. Ryder Tobin Babbitt, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Andrew S.A. Baca. Jennifer Ann Beggar, honors in English. Joseph Woodrow Baggett. Emily Rose Baer, magna cum laude. Cooper Brock Baird. John Cowan Baser. Rebecca Ayomakun Bukhare. Henry Merritt Baker. Marie Clark Baldwin, magna cum laude. Turner Goodwin Banwell. Andrew Raymond Barnard. Luke Richard Barnard. Albert Michael Barrow II. Christopher Thomas Baumgarten. Michael McNulty Beale, Jr. Maverick Nemi Berglund. Caroline Belici Blackman. Peter Joseph Blair. Alan Dion Blenman. William Richard Booton. Charles Myers Bovard. Alyssa Crawford Bauer, cum laude. Samuel Everett Boxley. Jack Nelson Boyce III. Audrey Slade Brady. James Joseph Brady, magna cum laude. Zachary Michael Brandt, honors in music. Gabrielle Jacqueline Braxton, magna cum laude. Nathan Lear Brewer, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. John Xavier Broderick, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Walker Ware Brown. Samuel Graves Bush. Zachary Charles Bilikbashi. Alexa Caitlin Caffeo-Lerner, cum laude. Earl Dawson Caldwell V, cum laude. Bradley A. Callahan. Paul Elliott Callahan. Elizabeth Day Camarada. Lucas Joseph Campbell. Alexander Carl Cantrell. Emily Shillington Carden, cum laude. Harrison James Carlson. Joseph A. Comedy, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Andy Renee Karandi. Seisha Padilla Carrier. Casey Ray Carter. Isabel Alexandra Chauncey. Aiden Peter Chandless. Jesse Chang. Catherine Siolon Chung. Sam Childress. Hyun Choi, cum laude. Jack Huntington Christensen. Hung Viet Chu, honors in mathematics, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Douglas Joseph Champy Jr. Harrison Scott Citron. Reed Evans Clark. Emily Grace Cleveland. Sarah Jangbing Clifford, cum laude. Alexandra Taylor Klein, cum laude. Andrew Michael Close. Emily Lynn Cohen. Claire Ann Conorow. Charlotte Grace Cook, magna cum laude. Robert James Culleen. Tara Lindsay Cooper. Eduardo Corona Gonzalez. Suzanne Eleanor Cosgrove. Landon Clifford Corville. Harrison Miller Crenshaw. Spencer Augustus Cross. Maggie Rose Crowell. Liam Michael Curtin. Natalie Stephanie Dabrowski, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Anna Marie DeKosh. Willem Trevor Dacus. Morgan Olivia Dalton, cum laude. Hayden Wyatt Daniel, honors in history, cum laude. Matthew Robert Dannenbaum. Efrosini Georgia Daskalakis. Catherine Frances Dow, honors in art history, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Camilla Winthrop Davis. Andrew Harrison Dean. Benjamin Thomas DiSombrino. Albert Joseph Del Cristo. Daniel Lawrence Devereaux. Nora Catherine Devlin, magna cum laude. Hannah Doris Potter Dewing. Michael William Dick. Alice Christie DiPietro, cum laude. Patrick Michael DeTondo, cum laude. John Taylor Dockery. Megan Kathleen Darhety, cum laude. Joshua Daniel Dolan. Victor Cart Dahlberg. Alexander Paul Dolwick, cum laude. Mark Benedict Donahue. Brian Michael Diostroff, cum laude. Morgan Elizabeth Doherty. Michelle Olivia Dryman. Tony Dew, cum laude. Virginia Benton Durfee. Sarah Elizabeth Dyer, honors in history, cum laude. John Stainer Edis. Andrew Lewis Ervelino. Amanda Caroline Ebling. Jackson Randolph Ellis. William Zachary Ely. Peyton Laura Emery. Megan Elizabeth England, cum laude. Lauren Riddell Engelbrecht, cum laude. Dennis Jose Estrada Ham. Nathaniel Andrew Faber, cum laude. Alex Landemore Farley, honors in philosophy, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Chadwick Knight Feely. Susan Lindsay Fields, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. James Michael Foom. Benjamin James Fleener, honors in philosophy, magna cum laude. Caroline Grace Fletcher. Joshua Alex Fox, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Fletcher. I'm sorry? George Lincoln Frank, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Thomas Woodrow Freeland. Robert Ambler Moncure Fritch. Alora Catherine Fusigna. Rosella Ivana Gabrielle, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Reed Babcox Gady, cum laude. Turner Ford Gassaway IV, cum laude. Elise Mariana George. Ethiopia Demolish Getachew, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Nathaniel Lewis Gibson. John Herschel Gibson III, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Haley Ryan Glick, magna cum laude. Maxwell Jefferson Gold, honors in interdisciplinary work, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Christina Beausoleil Gordon, magna cum laude. Laura Gannon Gottschalk, cum laude. Jonathan Leo Granierer. James Sheridan Grant. Madeline Christine Graves. Maggie Ryan Gray. Mary Catherine Greenleaf, cum laude. Reynolds McAllister Griffith. Margaret Kelly Guillon. Alec Taylor Gustafson. Connor Carl Habiger, cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Hedgeback. Brennan Patrick Haley. Brayton Buddy Thibodeau Hall, cum laude. William B. Hamrica. Maxwell Mark Hanamirian. Rebecca Blanding Harbison. Sarah Catherine Harrison. Ethan Meyer Hartman, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Mary Alma Harvey. Brianna Nicole Hayes. Connor Alexander Hayward. James Henry Heary. Julian Hennig IV. Bennett Donner Herman, cum laude. Lorena Hernandez Barcena, honors in economics, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Rachel Natalia Hicks. Teresa Ray Hill, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Kitana Kehalani Heromasa, magna cum laude. Lorden Sarah Hoff. Matthew Brian Holloway, cum laude. Robert Evert Banker Holmes. Patrick Alexander Holton. Mitchell Reed Hornsby. Catherine Sheridan Hoy. Matthew Robert Huber. Catherine Parks Hudson. Carter Dalton Huffman. Tanpreet Hunjan. Patrick Quinn Hunter. Jennings Moore Huntley. Johanna Cates Hurst, cum laude. Jacob Jeffrey Ingber. Faith Abigail Isbell, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Saimon Islam. Thaddeus Holden Jameson. Elizabeth Alexandra Janessi. Courtney Paige Jenkins Lipscomb. Austin Wayne Jennings, cum laude. Ariana M. Jepson. Matthew Harris Jones, cum laude. Samuel Morgan Joseph, magna cum laude. Brian Junn, cum laude. Julia Marie Christine Katchmar. John Maynard Kalin. Margaret Grace Kalis, honors in economics, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Melinda K. Kaufman. Devin Michael Kearns. Juliana Elizabeth Keeling. Danik Keenan. Joseph Michael Kerr, Jr. Virginia Alexandra Kettles. Lillian Judith Kilgore. Caroline Stewart Kleindienst. Peter Lovell Knudsen. Ray Kola. Yoko Koyama. We now pause momentarily as we switch sides. Soon we'll resume. Soon Ho Kwan. We now pause momentarily as we switch sides. Soon we'll resume with the other half of the candidates. Say again, Scott?
Rothkin is good
In absentia. Okay. Are you ready? Good. Catherine Jacqueline Lambrix. Kamiko Rose Landry. James Luke Langford. Mary Jane Hope LaSala. Heather Elizabeth Lee. Kevin Witten Lencioni. Catherine Jean Lesh. Andrew Fox Lewis. Katrina Maria Lewis, magna cum laude. Rebecca Michelle Licata. Anna Olson Linthicum. Anton Daniel Livshin. Zachary Andrew Lowenberg. Lucas Kenneth Longo. Maxwell Alung Lawman. Leela Christie Lubin. Madeline Claire Lucas, cum laude. Clark Thomas Maybe, cum laude. Joseph Alfred Magellan. Morgan Diane Van Gilder Maloney, honors in history, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Matthew John Marshall. Madhav Mathur. George Arthur May III. Julia Mayol, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Harry Brennan McBride. Stephen Robert McCaffrey, cum laude. Kelly Ewings McCaffrey. Bryn Campbell McCarthy. Clara Elise McCullum. Claire Endicott McCutcheon. Catherine Sinclair McAvoy, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Virginia Elizabeth McGee, magna cum laude. Kevin William McHugh, Jr. Colin Raymond McKinnon. Kirsten Deidre McMichael. Mary Hampton Brown McNeil, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Matthew Lewis Masisklis. Iman Patricia Masado. Gabriella Therese Miggins. Claude Hampton Miller. Jack Lee Miller III. Kristen Ann Molesky, magna cum laude. Daniel Monteagudo, cum laude. Richard Salter Moore III. Aspen Renee Morafe. In absentia, Mary Catherine Morin, cum laude. Elizabeth Nyawara Mugo, cum laude. Catherine H. Murphy. Allison Patricia Murtagh. Lane Watkins Nolte. Elizabeth Ann New, cum laude. Bennett Woodruff Newman. Maggie Kathleen Nolan. Graham Overby Novak, cum laude. Caroline Eloise Nolan, honors in history. Catherine Helen Oakley, honors in sociology and anthropology, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Andrew Yamber Obeck, magna cum laude. Brianna Osusuwan Osasari. Brittany Iobasa Osasari. Kalady Osuski, honors in art history, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Reed Alexander Ostrom, cum laude. Yui Pond, cum laude. Jay Sang Park, cum laude. Henry Carr Patrick III, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. John Radcliffe Patterson. Catherine Malia Peabody. Justin James Peterson, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Lawson Wells Penny. Obigna Penthala. Caroline Elizabeth Peters, cum laude. Cordelia Richards Robinson Peters, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Abigail Michaela Petrecka. Jonathan Stormer Petsy. Ignatius Scott Plato. Guilherme Portinho Badresca. Mary Helen Powell. In absentia, Drew Thomas Pranka. Lauren Elizabeth Pupa, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Webb Self Radcliffe Jr., cum laude. Philip Charles Reck II, cum laude. Nicholas Ransom Reed. Taylor Lynn Reese, honors in English. Marta Marie Wren. Jason Robert Renner, cum laude. Daniel Ray Rhodes. Anna Lee Riccio. Catherine Elizabeth Richard. Matthew Ryan Richards. Emma Shupron Richardson, cum laude. Nathan James Richendaler, honors in economics, summa cum laude. Riley Paul Reese, magna cum laude. Dylan Lee Rich. Bennett Adams Roach. Jackson Arthur Roberts, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Richard Preston Asher Roberts. Charlotte Francis Rolfe. Eleanor Evangeline Rose, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Isaac Harrison Rosenthal. Jessica Ann Rosenwasser. Lisa Amy Roth, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. In absentia, Rachel Marie Rothkin. William Banked Rousen. Tyler Patrick Runge, cum laude. Allison Elise Rutledge. Patrick Colin Ryan. David Robert Salkert. William Zachary Salter. Alice Brantley Sanders, magna cum laude. Bailey Paxton Sanders. Uma Dowaker Servagna. Catherine Harding Savoca. Kenta Sayema, cum laude. Julia Beer Schloss. Maxwell Joseph Schlott. Frederick Evan Schmidt, Jr., cum laude. Theodore Kelvin Scheck. Caroline Camden Schreiberman, cum laude. Allison Mary Schuster, honors in classics. Henry Robert Schwartz. Grace M. Schwartzstein. Lane Elizabeth Seatash. Margaret Jane Siebold, cum laude. William Michael Shannon. Colin Frederick Sherman. Unukriti Shrestha, cum laude. Edward Doyle Sylvia. Madeline Honst Simcoe. Christopher Scott Simmons, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. William R. Singletary III. Jake Stephen Sirota, honors in philosophy. Caroline Jane Skidmore. Patrick James Skillman Lawrence. Austin Clay Smith, cum laude. Brittany Lynn Smith, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Harper Abbott Lee Snowden. Barrett Travis Snyder. Muskan Soni. Benjamin Andrew Soulier, Honors in History. Zachary Thomas Spear, magna cum laude. Collins Wade Speed. Daniel Marie Spickard, cum laude. Elizabeth St. Clair Spots. Carolyn Elizabeth Spratt. Alexander Bradley Starr. John Brian Steinecker. Anna Catherine Still, Honors in History. Olivia Margaret Stoffel. Martha Davis Strasky, Honors in Psychology, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Christina Ryan Stulkallen. Abigail Hale Somerville. Chase Jeffrey Swinnerton. Hashim Saad Syed. In absentia, Mohini Tangri, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Anne Farrell Teague. Fofon Teodetwan. Allison Pippin Tai. Annalise Rose Thole. Walker Joseph Thomas. Sarah White Thompson, cum laude. Christopher Michael Tobin, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Eleanor Todd, Honors Environmental Studies. Catherine Miller Towns. Sutton Page Travis, Honors in English, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Jenna Lynn Trotterman. Sarah Ann Troyce. Haley Corinne Tucker. Willem Rezo Tucker. Julia May Eudicious, cum laude. Aiden Patrick Valente, Honors in Art History, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Heath Varnado V, Phi Beta Kappa, magna cum laude. Christopher Perrin Vlahopoulos. Charles Hostler Vudoris. Sarah Persephone Boziolis, Honors in Economics, cum laude. Curtis C. Weibel. Marshall Wright Wallace. Virginia Tyson Wallace. Sarah Mallory Walters. Pernry Wong, Phi Beta Kappa, cum laude. E. Wong. Charlotte Jane Warble. Jordan Elizabeth Watson. Cecilia Jane Weingart, cum laude. Rebecca Prothero Welford. Joseph C.J. Wen. William Mitchell Wan. Samuel Cole Wheeler. Annie Terrell Williams. Emily Page Williams. Kelsey Patricia Williams. Tanner James Williams, cum laude. Thomas Irvin Willingham IV. Julia Marie Wilson, Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude. Thomas Mark Winfield. Andrew Joseph Witherell, Jr. Lucy Barrett Walter, Honors in Art History, cum laude. Jack Warren Wright. Samantha Earl Yates, magna cum laude. Ariel Arzum Yavaler. Kaylee Michelle Yavorsky. Julia Caroline Yerger. Shaausha Yin. Catherine Elizabeth Young. Andrew Giacomo Zandomenego. Joshin William Joe. Skylar Thomas Zunk.
Congratulations to the class of 2019. It is now my duty to bring us to our conclusion. Members of the class of 2019, you are now officially alumni. It is hard to process, I know. So we'll ease the transition by reminiscing about a few of the signal moments of your student days. The acceptance letter that you received from the admissions office, moving into your first year room, early morning walks along this colonnade to class, the final game of your career as a general, your senior recital, staff member who cared about you during a rough patch, the faculty member who helped you discover an aptitude for art or science or philosophy and nurtured it into a passion, the friends you've made who will be part of your lives forever, who will celebrate your marriages, the births of your children, your future accomplishments. Pause for just one final second and contemplate the setting in which we find ourselves, one of the most beautiful in all of higher education. Consider the legacy of which you are a part. Forever, you will be known as graduates of Washington and Lee University, and you should carry that distinction with pride, responsibility, and a sense of honor. Come back frequently and know that while the geographic relationship between you and the university will change, the bonds of friendship with the people you've come to know will grow even stronger. Think of us often. We will continue to think of you. I look forward to seeing you at your 10th reunion, to hearing where your life has taken you, and to ask whether you remember anything I said today. For now, I send you on your way with heartfelt congratulations, pride, and my very best wishes. The 2019 commencement proceedings are hereby adjourned.
Congratulations, I was a real honor even to hear that. All right, great job, everybody. Mark, you did a good job.
you were awesome.
Exactly, that's right. I was a little nervous coming into this.
There was a key
I really
moment
feel like
there
I came through.
where Scott set his glasses down on the program, and the program fluttered in the wind.
Exactly, that might have gotten away.